Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Sorry I'm looking a little rough right now, but today is the day that I wanted to talk about foundation and all the tools that go into like which ones that you can use. So I go through like stages of like what I like to use, so I don't like to stick to one thing all the time. So I'll go from brushes to to the beauty sponge, and then like back to brushes. That's just how I like to do it. I don't really like have a preference on how like this is the best thing, or I do think that certain foundations apply better with certain types of brushes, so that is something to keep in mind. So I'm just gonna go through a few brushes that I have that you can use, that you can find at Walmart. So like Real Techniques is probably the one that I think of most that I really like as of like affordable ones. Morphe is the next one, but you can only buy them either at the Morphe store online or through Ulta. And then other brushes that I have tried out have been like elf brushes. I really like Wet n Wild brushes. I think those are pretty good. So here is the one from Morphe. This is from the Rose Gold collection. Doesn't really have a name on it. It's just the denser the brush, like the easier it is to buff in. So this one's a good one. I like this one because it's a flat top. Similar to this one is from It Cosmetics. This one's a little more pricier. This is from like a star collection. I think part of the proceeds went to cancer research. So It Cosmetics is a really good, like they're probably like they're like a higher end, but I think that they make amazing brushes. So, but I actually got this one on clearance. I think I get a lot of makeup after the holidays. I think that is a really good time, and before the holidays, because they will sell some, they'll sell like in packages, like packs of things. So like you can get like 3 It brushes for like $30, when normally like one brush is like $30, if that makes sense. So there's that brush. This is the Morphe M439. This is one of my favorite brushes. I think it's like the first foundation brush that I ever started with, and I really like it. It's densely packed and it is beautiful. It leaves a beautiful finish. Sorry these are like dirty right now. They are in like my section to clean. And so this is another, like these are all favorites of mine that I like. I just kind of, once they get dirty, I just kind of move on to the next one, and then I just move on to the next one. I like having variety in my makeup because I don't like just sticking to one thing, because if you're doing someone's makeup and you're like, oh, I only have this, or if something happens, like sometimes you might just have to use your fingers. Like you just kind of have to learn how to blend with anything. So these are just options that I'm giving. So this is one of my favorites because it just goes on really nicely. And then after I use this, sometimes if it's too streaky, then I'll go in with a beauty blender. So I do like beauty sponges. This one's from the Jeffree Star collection, and this one is a beauty blender. It's lasted a while. I've washed this a lot, and it hasn't. Usually after like my Real Techniques, after like 5 washes, they start to like come apart. And this one has been through a lot, and I wash it all the time and it's still going, so I love that. And so that's why I like this. The only thing, the downside about beauty blenders is that you do have to wet them. That's like the only thing that I don't like, is like sometimes if I'm in a rush and I'm like doing my makeup and then I'm like, oh, I have to wet my sponge, I'm like, I don't want to go and like waste my time, so then I'll just grab a brush. If I remember, sometimes I'll like grab my beauty blender before I get into the shower, and then I'll wet it, and then I'll come in, like, get ready and everything. So the reason why, if you're like, why does it have to be damp? The reason why it's made to be used wet or damp, so when you wet it, you should be able to squeeze it and nothing comes out. The reason why you do that is because it doesn't soak up as much product. So because all the water's in there, it gets bigger, there's water, so it doesn't take as much as your product, and the product goes on your face and not into the sponge. So that is like the reason why you wet it. So I'm gonna go through just how I do my foundation routine. So I've tried a lot of foundations, and I've tried drugstore, and I've tried like ones from Sephora. My favorite one is actually pretty pricey. It's from Sephora. Yeah, it's not sold also. Okay, it's from Sephora. It is the Huda Beauty foundation. I don't really know what it's called, but it smells like cupcakes or something. I don't know. It has like a big fragrance to it, which is like the downside of it. So I'm just gonna go through right today though. I'm going to use my a new favorite. It's the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation, and you really don't need a lot of this, but I didn't get the right shade, so what I do is I do 1 pump of this, and then I take concealer, and then I mix it in with a little concealer. So this is just my preference of how I do my foundation. So I'm just gonna take some, I have it right here, and then I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna dot it. Oh no 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 no. Before that, in my last video I did say that I don't believe in primers. So I don't believe that primers necessarily make your makeup last. I do think that there are primers that fill in your pores. So I do believe in smoothing primers. I don't really necessarily think that primers make your makeup last longer. So how I prep my face is I like my face to have a little bit of tackiness, and so my favorite, I'm also a skincare junkie, so my favorite moisturizer before my makeup skincare routine is different from my night care skincare routine. So the one that I like to use before my makeup is from SkinScript. It is based out of Tempe, and it has a little bit of aloe vera in it. So, oh my glitter. I have glitter all over my face, and I attempted to do some nail art with glitter last night, and now, oh, that's perfect. I love that for me. So we are just gonna power through it. So I hope I don't think you can see the glitter. You can kind of see that. Oh, awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my concealer. This is from ColourPop. So the Milani foundation runs for $8.99 at Target. It has a beautiful finish. And then the ColourPop concealer runs for $4.99, I think, at Ulta. So then my little trick, I guess, before I blend it, is I will take some setting spray. This one's from Morphe. This runs for, I think, like $12. So then I spray my face just because I feel like it's easier to blend in. And then I go in and I buff in a stippling motion. And sometimes I'll go this way. Oh, I just hit my earring. That's awesome. Well, I'm just hitting everything. Okay. And then sometimes I'll switch over. to this side. And then I'll get my forehead. If you were wondering why does she look like a bunny rabbit, it's because I didn't want to get any of my hair. Okay, so now that I think that that is all blended, I'll take a beauty sponge and sometimes go over it. This I don't wet it for because it's not really necessary to go and wet it. Okay, so I really like that. I love that finish. It's a little bit dewy finish, but then it dries down pretty matte. So then I take my powder. This is a long video. So then I take my powder and then I'll just go over all that. So if you don't know who Tati Beauty is, or who Tati is, she is the creator of this sponge, and I really like it because it helps me not to be too heavy-handed with the powder, and I feel like it really helps it melt into the skin. Okay. So that is all, you guys. That's my foundation routine. I will usually go and put bronzer and blush and highlighter and all that, and I'll go ahead and finish it all off. But that is just the foundation routine that I like to do. I hope it was simple enough. I hope you learned something from it. The main trick that I really like is to use the right tools and find the right tools that work for you. The right tool that works for me might not always work for you. So these are just, I'm trying to give you some options. So if you have any questions about what I was doing, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. Please like and subscribe this video and to my channel. That is that really helps me out. I hope you're having a great week. I know that things are weird right now, but I hope you're all doing really well. I'm excited. If you have any requests, so this video was a request from my best friend. She wanted to know how I did my foundation routine. So I'm happy to do any requests that you guys have. So just leave them in the comment section or on my Instagram or on my Facebook or wherever we're friends, and I will love to do it. So I hope you're having a great day. I hope to see all of you soon. And I love you so much. Bye.